Another video.
That's what you're all thinking.
Yeah, that was my question. Thanks, man. I think we're done here.
Given the premise of this movie, what was like the most challenging role to cast, would you say?
Most challenging role to cast.
I'm sorry, I said movie, I meant TV series.
That's all right.
It's a long day.
I mean, there should have all been pretty challenging to cast, but we really lucked out with the three leads for sure. Josh, he's not necessarily known for comedy, but he came in and like really surprised us with like his physical comedy and his timing and the rest of it. So that was a great surprise.
Yeah, I mean the challenging roles I'd say to cast, since we're jumping around in time and like we're meeting younger versions of actors we've established. So you have to find someone who has the look of a character and can kind of do their voice in a way. So that was challenging, but it was also probably the most fun roles to cast, I would say.
So you do have like historical figures?
Not so much historical, but like, Josh's parents, for example, when he goes back in time, he encounters them, and then you get to find people to play the younger versions of,
We kind of steered away from, like, we touch on it a little bit, but we really steer away from, like, the whole messing or introducing historical characters. That's well covered in Timeless.
Yeah, Sony's hit show Timeless.
Yeah.
Free plug.
Talk a little bit about some of the freedom that streaming has versus regular network TV. I'm sure that you could push the envelope a little bit.
Yeah, I think I experienced it much more than these guys. These guys write movies, and in their movies they have pretty much carte blanche to write whatever they want.
We do have very small budgets, so we get to do whatever we want. So it's not a risk.
Coming from the world of network television, especially network development, you're really used to being told, like, we need these kinds of shows, and here's the kind of things that need to happen, and they have to be good at their job, and all these kind of rules that are somehow just like received wisdom. And there was none of that on working on this. It was incredible. There was never any kind of pushback because, that character is not likable enough, or that character would never say that. We were allowed to create the rules to our reality, and the only notes that we ever really got from Hulu was about, feel free to push things more. Like, there was really no sense of, you can't do that on television, and this type of storytelling, or this type. We really found that the only real limitation was our kind of production limitations. You only have so much money and so much time.
It's unfathomable the amount of stuff we got onto a television show.
Do you guys think that now that you've kind of raised the bar for like what would come next?
Well, I think creatively we probably, looking at down the road toward a second season, we definitely want to kind of build on what we were doing, but I think we'd also, the hardest thing is just blending genres. It's just very time consuming from a production standpoint. We're doing this on a sitcom schedule, but, I don't know if you saw the pilot, it doesn't look anything like a sitcom. It feels big and blowing things up, and you're shutting down streets, and you're using lots of extras, and that just takes tons of time. And we're shooting this in the same amount of time as you shoot an episode of, like, The King of Queens. Although that's not really on anymore. Kevin can wait, sorry. Strike The King of Queens. Kevin can wait.
So I am a gamer. It's my gaming, and I was wondering, the gaming kind of community has a lot of politics that's going on in it, and Gamergate, and all kinds of other things. And the show seems to have to get into the politics because they are fighting any of that meta gaming culture come into the show.
Not really. No, I wouldn't say that the gaming culture. I'd say like the three of us aren't familiar enough with like gaming culture for us to have integrated that into the show in like a responsible way. So the video game is a jumping off point for the series, but once he beats the video game, we don't really explore other gamers or gaming culture so much. With all due respect.
We did it so we wouldn't offend you. We explored it, and it was not in our wheelhouse.
So the concept of the show is very different from everything else that we're seeing on TV today, and it's not based on anything, which is a little rare now. So how do you explain this show to someone who's never heard of it?
it's about Jesus, that's very loud. It's about a young guy who's a janitor and whose life is kind of in a rut, who plays this futuristic video game and is the first to beat it. And as a result of that, two characters from the game visit him in real life and tell him that the game is a recruitment tool and that he's actually the savior of mankind. That would be this. Yeah, that would be how I describe it. Yeah.
I would say a lot of bullshit about the illusion of control.
Yep.
And what kind of choices we make, what kind of hero you want to be, what happens if you fantasize about something and then all of a sudden you're dropped into your fantasy and it's nothing like you wanted. So it kind of deals with those kinds of themes.
We're ready to go.
And it was very cool to kind of see when they were fighting, the things they were saying. I know you're all not gamers, but they're very, very
Awesome.
Yes, there.
whoever did that part,
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
guys. Appreciate it.
Let's go. Terry's gonna show you.